Hello and welcome. How do I actually change? And I mean self-change. And what are the three things we actually need to change? If you stay to the end of this video, not only am I going to explain to you that there's actually only two kinds of change, I'm going to tell you what they are. I'm going to tell you what the three things that you require if you're actually going to change. And when I say change, I mean self-change, and in particular, how to change any habit and what are the things you need. And right at the end of the video, I'm also going to give you how to get the 8 things you need to do to prepare your mind for quitting smoking for life. Okay, so let's hop right in. Okay, so the first thing we need to understand about change, and personal change is really what we're talking about. There's really only 2 kinds of personal change, okay? And they fall into these 2 categories. One is remedial change. That means we want to fix a problem. There's something about us, a habit or something that we have that we want to actually change, okay? That's one type of change. The other type of change that we have, okay, is called generative change. And really what that is, that's improve something that we're already really good at. That's what professional athletes are often focused on. High performance people, peak performance people, professionals, doctors, lawyers, okay? When you're really good at something and you want to get even better, okay, that's called generative change. So those are really the only 2 types of change. Today, what we're focused on is number 1, remedial change. How do we actually change something about ourselves, like a habit that we're unhappy with, that we already do, that we don't think we should be doing, and we want to change it? Okay, so let's hop right in. Well, there's this one thing that it's really important to understand about this type of change. Whenever we want to change, one of the things we know is we're not really going to be able to change until we get to what I call an inception point. And all I mean by that is it's like we're on a diving board. We've walked out to the end of the diving board and we're at the very end and we're about to jump. We're at that moment, the inception point. The point where all we need to do is one little thing to just sort of push ourselves off the edge and actually change. We can never change until we get to that point. That is the actual point of change, okay? So I describe it as the moment when someone is ready to change, they just need one tiny step to actually change. I call this the jump moment or the inception point, okay? So that's what this is all about. These 3 things we need to be able to get ourselves to that moment. Because if you do these 3 things and you get yourself to that moment, all you need to do is do something, anything, and you can change your life. So here's what those 3 things are. The first one is you have to get yourself to the point of something has to change. Okay, so that's an internal dialogue attitude. So it's a little bit like you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. So if you're a smoker, it's like I'm sick and tired of cigarettes and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired about it. What that means is we get to a point where it's like, this has to change. If you are not there, you are not at the inception point. That's one of the 3 ingredients. The second ingredient that you need once you have that, okay, is that that's something that you want to change, okay, you have to understand that something has to be me. So you have to stop blaming something external to you. It's an addiction. It's the nicotine. No, that is you giving your power away externally. Okay, and you can watch my other video about how we give our power away. But that's what I mean. What I mean is that something has to be me. It has to be you that has to change. And you have to realize it's about you. It's not about something outside of you. That's the second ingredient you need to get to the edge of the diving board or that inception point. The third thing is when. That when has to be now. If it's not now, you're not at the edge of the diving board. You're back standing in line waiting to get on the diving board. It has to be now. So if you're telling yourself, I'm sick and tired of smoking, I hate these cigarettes, and I have to change. I realize it's all about me. It's in my head. It's not something outside of me. Okay, you got those 2. And then you start talking to yourself and you start saying, well, you know what? I got a really stressful week this week. I can't quit this week. I'm going to quit next week. Okay, you're not there. You're in the back of the line. You are there when that time is now. Those are the 3 ingredients that you actually require to change any habit. That's how you know. Okay, so Let's just review really quickly and then I'll tell you what to do, okay? So the first thing is that you've learned in this video is that there's only two types of change, remedial and regenerative. And all that means is remedial is something about ourselves we want to change now that we're unhappy with. And regenerative is something that we do really well that we want to get better at, okay? So really when we want to change a habit, we're talking about remedial. Okay, there's three things that have to happen for you to get yourself to actually change, which is you got to get yourself to the inception point or to the end of that diving board. You require three things. Without these three things, you're not going to change. Something must change. You must believe that you're so tired of something that it has to change, okay? So that something must change. Two, you have to get to the point of that something has to be me. I have to change. Three, I must change now. If you have those three things, you are at the inception point, and here's all you need to do. You need to jump. And what that means is you just need to do something. It almost doesn't matter what you do. Pick a way to quit and just do it. Okay? That's it. There's no secret sauce. It's the same thing when you're telling your child, or if you don't have a child, imagine that you have a child and you're trying to get them to jump off the diving board and they get to the very end and they're ready to go. You know, what do you yell from the side? Just jump. That's it. You have those three things. Take a course of action. It even doesn't even matter what course of action you take, you will change. And the last thing is, I promise I would tell you where to get my 8 tips to how to prepare your mind for quitting smoking. They're on my website, tedbradley.ca. So that's www.tedbradley.ca. It's there. If this video is helping you, please like it, share it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put 2 to 3 videos out every week. I don't put them out on the same day, so you need to make sure that you hit the notification button so that it will tell you when I've posted a new video, because I don't do it on the same day. I know this video and other videos that I'm producing will absolutely help you quit smoking for the rest of your life, or lose that extra weight, or have less stress in your life. Watch my videos, consume them, enjoy. Thank you so much for your time.